Hi guys, it's Thorn and Corvus.
Hello.
And we are driving back from the wilds of Ohio after Starwood and then visiting the Buckland Museum of Witchcraft and Magic in Cleveland. And it has been a long couple of weeks because immediately before Starwood I was in San Jose visiting with Jason and Ari Mankey, and I did my first book talk out there. I don't know that I've said anything to YouTube, hopefully you guys already know, but Traditional Wicca is out with Llewellyn, and please go buy it because I would like to continue being able to write things, and that would entail making enough money to pay for writing and the time it takes to write and then travel to promote, etc. So you can get on Amazon and you can order it, or you can buy it directly through my Etsy shop, or you can buy it through Llewellyn, or basically anywhere books are sold if you've got a local witch or metaphysical shop. Please ask them to carry it. Ask them if they're interested in hosting me, because I travel and I can run my mouth, as my YouTube followers know, for a good long while. So anyway, okay, done with the shameless whoring. The book is out.
Leave a review on Amazon.
Yes, leave a review on Amazon. Please do that. Even if you hate me and hate my stupid face, like, please leave a review. Because the more reviews I get, it has nothing to do with the stars, although I appreciate 5-star reviews, but it has to do with the number of reviews. The more reviews I get, that does something with Amazon's like algorithm or whatever, and my book shows up more in like advertising, and it comes up more in searches and things like that. So if you would like to facilitate mine and Oliver's not starving to death, leave an Amazon review at the very least, even if you buy the book elsewhere. That would be awesome. I would be eternally grateful. Anyway, enough with the shameless whoring. We want to talk about the Buckland Museum, because it was amazing.
It was super rad.
It was amazing. It elicited many squeals. So it was a last-minute gig. I knew that we knew that we wanted to take a day trip while we were in the area and go and see it. And we were like, "Where's Cleveland? We don't know. Is Cleveland even a big city?" Like, we're rolling into Cleveland and we had no idea what to expect. Anyway, it's about 3.5 hours away from where we were at Starwood, and we left, and we knew we just wanted to go to the museum, but the day before, or a couple days before, I had on a whim emailed the curator, Stephen, and I was just like, "Hey, can I have some books, this is who I am. Ray Buckland literally read my book and wrote me a blurb and then died, and like, I'd be really excited if I could come, and can I please just like stand outside by your dumpster or something and talk? Like, you don't have to do anything, I kind of just want to be in your space." And he was like, "Oh yeah." He emailed me back like right away, and he arranged for me to speak in the shop next door. He had a big space for me, and he put together a Facebook event, and I did a little like lecture book talk thing, and actually we had a really good crowd, which was great. I got to meet Cara, I got to meet Cute Witch, which was amazing. Like, I kind of fangirled a little bit as she walked in. It was like 10 minutes into me talking, and I just like watched as she walked across the room, and I was like, oh my god. I've been a big fan for a really long time, and it's awesome getting to meet internet friends. Like, it's great. You forget that people on the internet are real, and then you meet them in real life, and I don't know, it's just awesome. She's a badass, so if you don't already subscribe to her channel, she also is one of the founders, and I think the only original member left of the Pagan Perspective, so I'll put those links below. Check them out. Anyway, I got to meet her, and she's a rock star, and it was great. So that by itself was worth the trip. I also met an Instagram friend, and I didn't realize it was an Instagram friend because I know her by her moniker and her cat pictures. And I was like, oh my god. So it's awesome getting to meet people that way. The internet is a beautiful, mystical, enchanted place. So
there was a dude who drove like an hour and a half just to come see you.
It was amazing. So we got to hang out, and we're doing it surrounded by some amazing bits of witchcraft history, right? Like Buckland's Athame, Gardener's Broom.
Lady Rowan's silver cuff was the most
Lady Rowan's silver cuff was like the most amazing fucking thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Like, Steven was giving us a tour, and you should go to the museum, by the way, if you haven't already been.
I squealed out loud.
I squealed out loud and then apologized for interrupting his spiel. But the museum is small. It's a couple of rooms, but it's got so much stuff. Like, you could easily spend an hour like reading all the signs and just like squealing. And so if you're in the area, please check it out. It's only $5 to get in and see the collection, and
there's a box with a demon in it. Did you see that, by the way?
Oh yeah.
There's a box with a demon in it.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I kind of want that box with the demon in it.
No, I that can stay in your house.
Okay.
Anyway, you should really check it out. It's cool. The curator, Steven, and then Jillian was one of the other folks, the two folks who run the museum. Anyway, it's really an act of love. They're not raking in cash over here, but they give a great tour. They're very knowledgeable, and it was just a lot of fun. Ray Buckland's ritual robes, a lot of the originals of the photos you've seen like in magazines, original paintings, like just really cool stuff, especially if you're a traditional Wiccan or you're into Wiccan history. Just awesome. And it's amazing to me that something like that exists in the wilds of Cleveland, Ohio. Speaking of the wilds of... This is actually the wilds of West Virginia. I'm clearly not driving, so I get to move the camera around. Anyway, it was awesome. I'll post some pictures on my Instagram, so if you want to see, give me a follow at Throwing the Witch. Yeah, I'm sure I'll blog about things too. I've got a lot of internet things I need to be doing, but
I already posted a ton of pictures on mine too.
Excellent.
All the good stuff.
Yeah. Her handle on Instagram is A Lazy Witch, so you can find either one of us if you want to see pictures. What else, Corvus? Anything else we want to share? The summer has been bananas for me. I've done so much traveling. In 2 weeks, I'm going to London. I'm speaking at the Atlantis Bookshop. That's not why I'm going to London. I actually just finagled that. I'm going to London for a class. I'm in a graduate program for English literature because I hate myself. And anyway, I'm doing a brief study abroad thing through the university, and I was like, you know what? I can do some double dipping here. So I'm going to the Atlantis Bookshop. I'm going to Glastonbury. I'm really pumped. I'm abandoning my school group as frequently as possible. Yeah, so that's my summer. And then I'll be in Seattle in September at a historical European martial arts event called Sword Squatch. I'll be there fighting, but I will also be giving a lecture on the sword and European magic, which I'm really pumped about. It's kind of crazy. It'll be my first talk at a fencing event. And I was like, how can I make this about witchcraft? I know. Because that's what I do. So, yeah. Anyway, Corvus is driving. She's only driving, by the way, because, I mean, she's an excellent driver, but my job is to read out loud to her.
Thorn is my live audiobook.
Unlike my actual audiobook, which sounds like it's being read by the
Siri.
voice in my car who changes the music station, or by Siri, yes. Anyway, we have two series. This is the second book in a Wiccan Wheel mystery series. It's got possibly the dumbest protagonist I've ever encountered in a novel.
Poor Kelly Maloney.
Anyway, she's a lawyer and she's a vegan and she's mostly really boring and she doesn't have any really good friends and she doesn't seem to have many hobbies except for juicing.
She has a best friend and a boyfriend and she hides from both of them that she's Wiccan.
Which is really bizarre. I can't imagine doing that. I don't know. I don't know how you hide from everybody. I mean, I understand like lying to your parents. Or
I lie to my parents.
I understand hiding things, especially like as a teenager, but when you're hiding something from somebody you're sleeping with, or hiding something from somebody who's supposed to be like your best friend in the whole world, like they can probably handle that you like, I don't know. this is hard for me to imagine. So I know people go through this, but this story is not very convincing. Her relationships are a little strange, and nobody swears. That's what I can't get over. They're all very mild-mannered, like waspy people. Anyway, but it's been a lot of fun to read out loud. So this is book 2. The first one is like Midsummer Night's Mischief or something like that, and obviously they correspond to the Sabbats, but they're not in order. So we're on Imbolc right now. Excuse me, Candlemas, Groundhog Day, something.
But at least book 2 is better than book 1.
Book 2 is way better than book 1 because book 2 has actual witches in it. Book 1 is mostly her like making vegan smoothies and saying, "Oh my goddess," without actually like doing anything about it.
And hiding her pentagram necklace.
She doesn't even have a pentagram necklace in the first book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she progresses. So anyway, we just finished and we're moving on to A Familiar Tale, a witch's cat mystery, which I really hope has a talking cat in it. It looks a little bit more magical, but we'll see. This is by Delia James. So I love witchy fiction, guys, so if you have anything I should check out, leave me some comments. Obviously, we know about Sweep and Circle of Three and the Past Mysteries and all those, but I didn't know about these until recently, and we're plowing through them. Anyway, this video is almost too long, so love you guys. Bye!
Bye.